The privilege is mine to introduce us a distinguished speaker. I know Mukesh Da, I call him Mukesh Da. I know him for the past 8 or so years. He has been my guide, mentor, everything. Any problems in our group, we turn to him for any issues. So beginning with that, just like to give a brief intro about him. He is an engineer in electronics and ENC, electronics and communications from Delhi University, and is a professional certified coach from International Coaching Federation USA. He has over 33 years of experience and has been in Wipro. Basically, started his career with Wipro. He has been with Wipro for nearly around what 13 plus 30, maybe around 20 plus 25 plus years. Started his career in 87 in Wipro till 2013. He was in Wipro, handling various capacities in and over different roles in over different positions and across locations in the country. After that stint in Wipro, he started his own consultancy firm, and he has been a life coach and working on leadership development for the corporate sector and entrepreneurs. Mukesh Da deeply believes in making a difference in the society and volunteers his time to different social and non-profit organizations, which has been his forte. About his personal life, Mukesh Da lives in Bangalore. He lives in Diamond District in Old Airport Road. His family consists of wife Papori Sharma, who has been also our speaker at the beginning of this his Rotary year, who is a certified yoga trainer, and she had given us a talk on during the lockdown times how yoga improves your concentration and meditation plays a role there. And he has two lovely daughters, and all stay together in the Diamond District. The details of Mukesh Das after email IDs and all will be shared. If any issues are there related to coaching and nothing, he can be approached at any time. He is a very approachable guy. This is all from my end. Now to Bharat to hand it over to the speaker.
So I now request Mr. Mukesh Sharma to give his talk. Over to Mr. Mukesh.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Bharat. Thank you, Pranjit, for that wonderful introduction. And thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to spend my time this evening amongst you. I would like to thank all the Rotarians here. I know that you do a lot of awesome work, and because of you, this world is a better place. Thank you so much. I must clarify, I'm not going to teach anything. I am there are a few things that I have come across, and if I share them with you, you might find some of it helpful. We are not, we are about 19 people, so we don't need to keep it too formal or formal at all. It can be an informal interactions. I'll share a few things, and my expectation would be that you will participate, you will comment, you will share what you see in whatever I am sharing. I think that will also enrich the discussion to learn something in the process. So is that okay?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
sure.
Okay. Thank you. So I have a presentation. So I will share something there. My request is that there is no need to take any notes. Whatever is there on the screen, later on I will share it with Pranjit, who can share it with all of you. So a PDF copy will be available with you, so you don't need to take any notes. There are a lot of exercises which there's a too short a time to do any exercises right now, but I would love you to go through them, look at the questions, and if any one or two thoughts that come up, please feel free to share. And I'll be sharing 3 tools as I had said earlier. This based upon what I thought at this stage all of us would be interested in. So what I have seen is that most of us are busy taking care of others. And many times we do not focus on taking care of our own self. So I would like to bring in some focus on that. I have seen a lot of people carry a lot of emotional baggage from the past. And as we all know, this emotional baggage actually harms us far more than anyone else. So I would like to explore a little bit around that. And thirdly, our entire life, we are busy doing what is required to survive, to fend for ourselves, fend for our family. And many times we forget to do things that we truly love. So that is another area that I would like to bring your attention. So with that, I would like to share a PPT. Just give me one minute, and please let me know if you are able to. So can you see the screen?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Thank you so much. So please feel free to comment anytime, ask any questions you have at any point of time. So I talked about these three tools. Just 1 minute. So where do I need to take care of myself more? What do I need to let go of? And what makes my heart sing? Uh, so I'm not able to. I'll start with the first tool where I said, we'll discuss where do I need to take care of myself more. So I'll, subsequently share one exercise which helps us to connect with ourselves and find out what we may be needing. So, you can just look at the list and, you can rate yourself out of 10. And along with that, you can also think, what exactly do I need to move up from that number if I want to move up. So many times we could be happy with a score and we don't want to do anything about it, which is okay as long as it is our own decision. And there is no need to think too deeply, gut feeling, whatever number comes, usually that is the right number, and there is no right or wrong. So just feel free to enjoy and give yourself a score. And once you give yourself these scores, we can just look at like the questions that I have said. What surprised you most about your responses? We'll come back to this. What patterns and themes do you notice? And what else do you notice about your responses that you haven't perhaps mentioned yet? Again, as I said, it may not be possible to do the full exercise now, and I'll share this tool with you later on. But we can spend perhaps a few minutes uh, going through it. So I'm just sharing the next slide. And these are some of the so my energy level. So you can rate yourself. What could be my energy level? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And say it is 6. And if I am happy with 6, then it is okay. But if I feel that, I would like to move it from 6 to 8, then I can look at it at what do I need to do so that I can move it from 6 to 8. So like that, I can do for all these 20 points that I have mentioned here. So any comments from anybody here? Or you may take a few minutes to just go through them. So I'm sure there are people here who are already doing a lot of stuff on these areas. So if somebody would like to share, please go ahead.
I think my first reaction is I have to work on most of these things. I think I'll probably be scoring quite badly.
But is it something you would like to work on? So thank you so much for sharing that. Is it something that you would like to work on? If not all, at least in a few.
I think in most, yes. I mean, this list seems pretty comprehensive. So, and it is quite enlightening. So, I think I need to work on many of these things. So.
One
Okay.
thing I find interesting is the connection to myself.
Okay. You would like to, do something around that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Maybe you can elaborate a little more
Yes.
on what is this connection to myself, sir.
So, see, connection to myself is, how much I know about myself, how much I am aware of my own feelings, my own emotions. I don't know if you have heard about EQ, emotional quotient, or emotional intelligence. So we talk about IQ and we talk about EQ. So, in EQ, what we say is that how much I am aware of my emotions and how do I manage my emotions. So it would be like, am I in control of myself? Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. It makes sense. Yeah.
See, it has, in my view, it has a little, spiritual connection in terms of my deep inner self. Am I, do I know who exactly I am? What kind of a person I am? Or am I just, busy responding to things and events which comes from outside? So connection to myself would be going deep inside myself and knowing the true me, connecting with that person and living that person. One of my suggestion would be that many times it is not difficult to do. We just don't take the time to connect with ourselves at all. I can find a quiet place and just do some reflections. The things that I do, I can reflect saying, why do I do these things? What makes me do these things? Uh, if I get angry or I am dissatisfied on something, I can do a reflection that is this who I want to be? Can I take so that I can be who I want to be? These are some of the things that we can do to connect to ourselves. And the rating can be, if I am already quite good at this, the rating could be higher. Any other comments? So is this
Self-honesty.
something you would like to take some time out for yourself? So self-honesty would be, are you truly honest with yourself? And what I would say is that the external world doesn't matter. It is inside me how I think. So many times people might think that I'm very honest, but inside me I know whether I'm completely honest or not.
True.
And
Then it will take some time, sir, to introspect, I think.
yes, definitely. It will take some time to introspect, and that is why I said I will leave this with you.
Yeah, okay.
And the other two, take some time out, go through it, and then see what comes out of it. I'm sure at least one or two actions might come out of this if you go through this in some spare time. And I would be happy to connect with anybody who would like to discuss more about it and get some ideas what all can be done.
I don't see a column for family as such, family relationship, unless you can talk about my environment, example, home and workspace. You have combined home and workspace into one point, but there is one point saying friendships. But I don't think there's a specific point here for family and like spouse and kids.
No, sure. See, if you look at the last point, it says something else.
Okay.
So whatever is important to you, you just add to the list.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Otherwise, we'll move to the next one.
Yes. Yes. Sure.
We'll move, sir, and connect back to you.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Thank you. So, this is the second one. What do I need to let go of? And I don't know if you have heard this story before, that these two Buddhist monks returned to their monastery after the rains. They reach a swollen river, and in front of them is an extremely beautiful lady in a delicate silk kimono, distressed because she is unable to cross the river by herself. So the older monk scoops her up, carries her safely to the other side, and the two monks continue on their way in silence. 5 hours later, as the two monks reach their destination, the younger monk, literally fuming, bursts out, "How could you do it? You touched a woman. You know we are not allowed to do that." The older monk replies, "I put her down 5 hours ago, but you are still carrying her with you." So what do you think is the essence of this story?
We always carry unnecessary burden.
We always carry unnecessary burden. Absolutely right. It's very profound. The elder monk said that I put her down 5 hours ago. I picked her up, put her down, and done with it. Whereas the other person for the next 5 hours have been thinking only about her. So is there somebody here in this group who thinks he or she does not carry anything from the past?
That's a difficult one, sir. Somewhere,
Okay,
I think we all carry.
I think everybody carries some.
Yeah, everybody
somewhere or the-
carries. And what do you think? When we carry, especially the negative things, it harms whom the most?
As only.
Us only. So it harms us the most, and yet we don't want to let it go.
Yes.
So that is what this tool will explore. The things we hold on to, bear grudges, or perhaps feel angry and hurt about, cloud our mind and prevent us from being the best we can be. Now, letting go usually involves some form of forgiveness or acceptance, whether it is yourself, someone else, a situation, or even an unknown third party. The irony is that whatever you are holding on to, it is probably hurting or bothering you much more than it does anyone else. The greatest thing is we all know this, and yet we don't let go. And I thought, I would specifically bring it to your focus so that you can look at it and see if you can let a few things go, if not all. Make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And then, letting go doesn't mean we condone a situation or behavior. We don't have to say that, I was wrong. That is why I am letting go. I could be completely right. And still, I can let go of something because, as I said, in the end, it hurts me more. And, one thing that I love to say is that instead of looking at things as right or wrong, I can just look at it whether it is serving me or it is not serving me. If it is not serving me, it is better to let it go because, I don't want to get hurt. Who is right, what is right, to a large extent can be immaterial. So with this, we'll just actually, there is no unlike the first one. Here you will not get any pointers. You have to think of yourself that what are some of the things you need to let go of. Okay, so my request to you would be, again, it is not possible to do it now, but you can take your time, sit down somewhere, and then write as many as it comes to your mind, that what do I need to let go of. And you can also write how I benefit by holding on. So how I benefit by holding on, meaning that I don't want to let go of this past, because I always want to remind myself that that person hurt me for whatever reason.
Or it could be that you have learned a lesson from that, so you don't want to let go.
It could be, but if it is still hurting you, then even after learning the lesson, it is still not serving you well.
Okay. Could
See,
be,
if I can remember something without getting hurt, then there is no problem.
Yes, that's what. Yeah, that's what I meant. If it's not leaving a negativity, if it's not leaving a bad taste in the mouth, and still, reminding you that this is what you learned from it.
Yes, you can remember that, and if you can laugh about it without getting hurt,
correct,
it's perfect. Absolutely no issues.
Right.
But generally, that is not the case.
Yes.
Moment something from past comes up, our whole body starts changing.
Correct.
So anybody would like to share anything on this? Do you think it would be helpful? Would you like to do this exercise?
Actually, I have a question. I don't know if we have the time for it, but this is something I don't know. It could be relevant to this. It has been bothering me for the last 2 days. So,
sure.
Actually, what happened was day before yesterday, the police picked up my bike when it was perfectly legitimately parked opposite my house.
Okay.
There is no parking sign. There's nothing. It was not parked on a footpath. It was not parked in front of somebody's gate. There was absolutely nothing wrong. Even today, I don't know what was wrong. They picked it up and they towed it, and I had to go retrieve it by paying 1,650.
Okay.
And there is absolutely nobody answerable. I mean, the inspector was not there. They have these contract workers who are very rude. And I had to pay the fine and get it back. And they sent me a so-called receipt on WhatsApp, which has the wrong bike number and the wrong address. Okay.
Right.
This is the receipt they have sent. So I sent an email based on what I found on Google to the Assistant Commissioner of Police complaining about this, and for which there was no response. And the other thing is I have Assistant Commissioner of Police Traffic. So the other option is I have to go to Malaysian Police Station again and find the Assistant Commissioner of Police Traffic and complain about this inspector who has lifted the bike. And I think something fishy about the fine also, because I've got a wrong receipt. Okay.
Right.
But it's not worth my time, but still has made me very angry, and I'm still, I can't get it out of my mind. So should I pursue this or not?
Good question. I really understand your situation, because I have gone through exactly something similar. My car was picked up that way. See, what I would ask is, you said whether I should proceed or not. The question to ask is, if I proceed, will it help me find closure?
I was hoping so.
Yeah. So see, once you decide that I would like to proceed, you also know that it will bring in certain amount of pain, certain amount of time you have to invest, certain amount of harassment you might go through. If you feel, if I don't do that, I will not be, the person that I am me. I'll not be able to stand up in front of, we talked about that inner connection. I'll not be able to stand up in front of myself. Then I would say that, you should go ahead and do it. My view was that, I paid $1,000. I want to limit my expenses to only 1,000 rupees. and the 1 hour that I spent. More time I spent, more thing I think, I'll be now spending more time, more money. And I was not ready to do it. So I simply said, I have already spent 1,000 rupees. I have already spent 1 hour. I don't want to spend 1 rupee extra, 1 minute extra. So this issue is closed for me. I am not interested in reforming the Bangalore police team. I feel it is not my goal. I'm just telling you how I thought about it. And I collected my car, and I was absolutely cool after that. I know that they cheat. They give you different receipts. So that it depends upon our personalities. So if I want to correct everybody, I should be ready to feel the consequences. Then I cannot complain that I'm being harassed or I am spending so much of time. The choice is mine. Does that help you? Give you some directions?
Well, I think it has put things a bit more clearer. So I have to take a decision whether I want to spend the time or money, or not money, maybe time.
Absolutely. See, every decision has consequences. You think about the decision and the consequences, and then decide what you want. But taking a decision, feeling that consequence, and then complaining that I'm going through this will be futile, because it was your decision.
Right.
So hopefully that will give you some idea how to proceed.
Yeah.
Anything else?
You can go on, sir. You can continue.
Yeah, sure. So I know that we did not list them down, but suppose all your past issues, if everything you are able to let go of, what do you think will happen?
We'll feel lighter, I suppose.
Okay, it will make us feel lighter. It'll make us feel really good, right? I think quite free from all the past burdens.
At peace, maybe, yes.
At peace, yeah. So don't you think it is worth doing?
Yeah. It is maybe difficult, but it is worth it.
Yeah. So I can have a big discussion on difficult. Difficult or easy is how we think. So once you decide that I would like to let go of, you will figure out a way, or somebody will come in your life to help you out. So any one last minute on this, that what have I learned about myself from doing this exercise? So any learning or any insight for you going through this tool? Anyone would like to share?
I think it is worth trying, sir. Maybe we should sit down and do that exercise. I think it's worth it.
Okay. Thank you. So that will. Yeah. Pardon me?
I think introspection is always worth it.
Yes. That's what I mean. It's worth doing that exercise.
Yes. Okay. So we'll go to the third and final. What makes my heart sing? Again, not much of activities to do, but this is just to get in touch with the child within us, the free person that we were when we were so-called without any burden. And I don't know if you did an exercise of what you wanted to be in your life when you were a child, and perhaps we said something and then we ended up being something else. And then we get into a role. Then we get into a role in terms of I am in this position, this is my designation, this is my age, this is my society, and we allow all of this to bind us to not do things that we really want to do. For example, suppose you love dancing and you don't dance now because what people might say. So is there something like that that is coming out for you when you look at this? Or do I assume that whatever you feel like doing, what gives you happiness, you are already doing that?
To a large extent, yes, I think so, sir. At least with respect to me.
Come again, please.
I said, with respect to me, I'm doing what makes my heart sing.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much.
She is an exception.
No. So that's really nice to hear. Just imagine if everybody did what what made their heart sing. World would have been a wonderful place to live. Don't you agree?
Yes. It would be more happier place to stay, I guess.
Maybe we should all have a cutoff year. After that year, we should only do what.
I
agree. Yes.
Maybe when cutoff is 45 or 50 or whatever, and make sure that we have the resources to do what we like after that.
Resources are not, sir. So small things we can make your heart sing. So you don't think you need a lot of money for that.
Yeah. See, I will. That reminds me of a story. So one guy was talking to his teacher, and he said, I want to earn $1 million. So his teacher said, okay, great. You want to earn $1 million? Very nice. Why do you want $1 million? So he said, I'll have enough money. I'll go to the sea and I will do fishing. So his teacher asked him that, how much does it cost to buy a fishing rod, bait, and go for fishing? So it is only a few $100s. And he said, how far is the sea from your house? So he said, some 5-10 miles. He said, what is stopping you from going and fishing right now? So next weekend he bought that and he went and he did his fishing. He did not require $1 million to do fishing. That was only in his mind. So what I'm saying is, while it would be great to have a cutoff year and after that do whatever is possible, we know that that is impractical for a lot of people. So what we can do is, even in our daily life, with all the burdens, all the responsibilities, we can still find out nuggets of time in which we can do things that we genuinely want to do, that brings us joy.
Exactly. Yes.
And that is what we should look at. And that is what just I wanted to bring about here. So here, what are my top 10 joys in life? So that is one exercise that you can do. You can sit quietly and do this exercise. And these are some of the pointers, what you could be doing. See, if you look at the last point, think about your 5 senses and then see if you can come with one joy for each sense. For sight, for hearing, for touch, for feeling, and for taste. Again, is this something that you would like to do?
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
And this is something worth doing?
Yes, I guess. Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so this is not exactly valid because you have not done that exercise. But when you do that exercise, perhaps again, you can see what message it is giving me. Are there any surprises? Are there any common themes? And then, you can think of ways that you can bring those ideas into your life. So these are the three things that I wanted to share. So out of all these, may I request you, so that this whole session does not go complete waste, at least one action that you would like to take based on all the three things that you went through, in any one action for yourself. And you don't even have to share with me. You can share with me if you want, or if you could write it down or think of it yourself, that as a takeaway from this session, this is one action that I would like to initiate from today. Then I thought that I would think that this session was useful. So would you like to take one action at least and
I would
commit to
like to take
yourself?
many, sir.
Pardon me?
I would like to take many actions. I think it was very useful.
Yeah, so at least one action. Many obviously you can take, but one action you can tell yourself that from today or from tomorrow, I will do this.
That what we have to let go, I definitely want to do.
Okay. Anyone else would like to share anything else? So I am at the end of my presentation. So if I think I am on time, it's about 8:13, I think. If there are any questions anybody else has on any subject, I'd be happy to take them. So I'm stopping my sharing now.
You said that the one thing which is bothering you most should be the first to let it go. Is it so easy to let something which is bothering more to let it go? So,
No.
or is it that we have to learn how to manage with it, or learn how to live with it? Because I feel that it is not possible to let it go just like that.
If it is, see, I would again put it this way. If when you say that I just managed to live with it and it gives you peace, it is absolutely fine. If it continues to bother you even after that, then obviously it is not fine, and we can find out ways by which we can handle that. And my own experience, what I have seen is everything is inside our head. Solutions to all our problems lies inside our head. It is not outside. And if we can look inwards, we can be mindful of the thoughts that are coming inside our mind. We can ask ourselves that, why am I thinking like this? Is it helping me? If it is not helping me, how can I change it to something else which will serve me better? Is it easy? Obviously, it is not easy. But is it impossible? It is not impossible. And you don't need anybody's help. You can do it yourself. The only thing I keep, the suggestion that I can give is, every time you do something, every time you think of something, if you're not happy with it, just reflect saying, why am I thinking like this? Or why am I doing this? This is not me. This is not who I want to be. Then why this? I want to be this, yet I'm taking action which is of a different persona. Do you think that will help?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you.
So I would be happy to have detailed discussions with anybody. I'm offering it complimentary. I can have a 1 hour session with anybody who would like to have up to 1 hour or any time on any specific points that you would like to discuss, and we can see if something comes out of that discussions. And I have worked with hundreds of people in the corporate, and you'll be surprised how a mindset change helps them in their career. Their entire outlook changes, and it just doesn't help them in their career alone. Their own life changes in terms of their health, in terms of their relationships, and it is, the entire thing changed not because of any external trigger. It changed because they wanted to change, and they figured out a way by which they could change. So I would again say it is completely within your control to bring any changes that you would like to bring, if you are willing to do it.
With your permission, can I share your email ID in the group?
Oh, sure, sure. I actually put it on the slide also.
Right.
I've given my cell phone number also. I'll be happy to connect with anyone. I hope you found this session useful. I think a kind of different subject than usually you do, I guess, right?
Are we going to have a copy of this
session? Yes. I will share the copy.
Okay. About the PPT?
Share it with Pranjit. He can, not only the PPT, the 3 tools.
Yes.
I'll share it with you with a Word file so that you can write it on themselves.
Oh, yes. Thank you. That will be nice.
You don't need to do anything else. Just take the Word file and you can start filling it out.
Thank you, sir.
Anybody else has any other questions or anything else that I can help with?
Mukesh ji, this is Shankar here, Rotarian Shankar here.
Yeah, hello.
I think I would like to appreciate your presentation because you are very giving. It's a very commercial world today, and very few people are there to give their knowledge and share their knowledge openly. Of course, you also make a profession out of it, but while it is your main profession, you're also giving away things. It means it shows a lot about your own self and what gives you happiness and joy. So thank you very much for sharing your knowledge with all of us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the kind words. Appreciate it.
So Mukesh, this actually the Shankar who just spoke, he himself is a corporate trainer.
Oh, okay.
So I think it has come from the right person.
Coming from him, it makes huge sense. So thank you.
It has come from the right person. So definitely, I think your talk was extremely useful and thought-provoking, and we just need to put in a little bit of time and self-introspection to make full use of the guidance that you have given. So does anybody else have any questions, doubts?
Mukesh ji, if my memory serves right, you had come to our club about 3-4 years ago.
Yes. I had come. I had just said in the beginning that I had come to your club.
Okay, I logged in a little late, I think.
Okay. Thank you for remembering.
Thank you.
So if there are no other questions, then I think we can close this session here. So I once again thank all of you, and thanks so much for participating, and thanks so much for agreeing to take some actions on this. I'm sure this will make your life better. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir, for an amazing session.
Yeah, it was an amazing session. Hegde, sir, is there anybody who will be giving a formal vote of thanks?
Yeah, I request our past president, Rotarian Anita Shah, to give a brief vote of thanks.
Yeah. Anita?
Yeah, hello. Yeah, this is Rotarian Anita. So, Mr. Mukesh, it was a wonderful talk on 3 tools of life that you really gave us. Like, I'm sure in this today's world, fast world, and as you very rightly said, in corporate and otherwise also, people are so stressed, right? We all realize that we need to do something, but when it comes in words in front of you, it really it kind of makes you introspect in yourself. I'm sure today a lot of Rotarians are going to go back and introspect themselves and come back to you again. So thank you so much for taking out time and making all of us realize what we might want to change in ourselves, in like whether it is let go or what makes you happy, or what is the practice that you should do so that you can be more settled, mentally and physically. So it was a very wonderful talk, and I'm sure everybody will be coming back to you again at some point of time. Thank you so much for taking out time and giving us this, speech where we are now trying to go back and think. It's the weekend, and as Shankar also very rightly said, you are giving back. It shows your passion in it, and thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Mukesh Sharma ji.